All right, let's see if we got that working this time. So yeah, it looks like it cut me off and then it said it was resuming, but it didn't. So I stopped at 32 minutes. And it did not agree with me and stopped recording at 27 something. So here we are back again trying to get this to work out. So what I've been sort of playing at here was with the what I was sort of saying was that with body language, there are sort of a finite number of expressive poses that we use. So like this, or gesturing at something, or shrugging, and so with some of those, we can use those as still images for animation. And there's absolutely no reason why instead of using a drawn figure, you can't use pictures of yourself. And so you could do something like that. That could be a fun way to do it. And so I kind of want to play around with doing a series of videos like that. But so YouTube stardom with nothing but your phone is 11:30 to 12:30 creators track on the 12th. How to make money as a creator and keep it is a creator track that's at 1 to 2. Kind of curious about how to bend the internet into the one you want. And I'm kind of curious about that on the 12th. Editing is Everything workshop for beginners is 4 to 5 on the 12th. Something in here called Meet Creator Insider. Not sure about that one. I'll have to go back and look at this schedule to see what that one's about. Awesomeness Live is 7 to 10 p.m. Again, I'm not sure I'm there for a late night stuff, but I need to get better at maybe looking into that. And then there's Vid Carnival from 7 to 9 to check out, so maybe. And then on the 13th, which would be the last day of the convention for me, because I cannot afford to go to Disney over the fact that I won't be going to that event. So building strategies for gaming is at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on that Saturday, the 13th. And then finding your people is 11:30 to 12:30. Mastering a niche is 1 to 2. Editing is Everything workshop advanced, so that's the sequel to the previous one. That's at 2:30 to 3:30. Creator keynote 4 to 6. The third annual Night of Awesome is 5:30 to 7:30. Creator track reception, which would be basically the finale for me, would be 6 to 8 p.m. And then there's like a Saturday night festival that starts at 7 and runs to 9:30. It's a closing show. Again, that's more of like a concert. So those late night things are like concerts and stuff. I don't know that there's a lot of interest there for me, but there are going to be events that other people are at that I would want to potentially be there and hang out and network with the people who are there. So I might do that. But that really depends on whether or not, and I'll probably talk with people there who have been to those before and get a sense of whether or not they think it's worth it. So that's sort of the plans for VidCon at this point. Hopefully this is still going up. My computer decided it was going to kick me off at some point here, so I guess we'll find out. And then I feel like it's a little late to do the writing project for this past week, because tomorrow's Saturday, I believe, right? Yeah. And Saturday is the end day of each week that I've been doing so far. I may double down and do a week of video and writing. I don't know. It seems like an awful lot to already put on myself. But I'll plan for that, and I'll discuss tomorrow where I'm going with more of this. Because Sunday, like with my scheduling as I planned out, when I planned out in such a way that I did not make room in my plan for a week of being ill. So that sort of derailed some of it. But my plan for the health and well-being that I planned out, that's still in line. I'm not going to adjust anything on that, mainly because what it ends up actually doing here is covering everything I need it to cover in the right sequence to get to the health. Like when I plan that out, I'm not sure I'm being clear on that. When I planned out my trip and what I was doing for the content that I'm doing live. Okay, so here we are with that one. So this is fitness and diet. I have to finish the couch potato to Spider-Man by end of June, and then the last day of June through to what's the lineup I got on that one? The last day of June, yeah. So June 30th to July 27th is carb-based diet, which is what I'll be doing while I'm traveling. And then July 21st to August 17th, I'll be back by then. And that'll be the last bit of my high carb with my cardio dominant fitness. And in order for that to work out that way, I have to do what's my sequence here? Oh, right. I moved it down to the bottom. So that's come on, July. So I need to do writing until the 9th. The 9th to the 16th, or the 9th, 9th to the 16th is video creation, and 16th to the 23rd is tabletop games. So that's all sort of lined up so that I start the high carb on the 30th. Also, that time is the food week for creations. Now I don't know how likely I will be able to do uploads every night while traveling for 3 weeks, roughly. So I'll be going from roughly the 29th or 30th of June, and I'll be getting back on, so VidCon ends on the 13th for me. It's going to take me 3 or 4 days to get back. So let's say 4 days, 17th. So it's going to be 18 days of travel, roughly. So if we round up a little bit for extra security, it's going to be 21 days, so it's 3 weeks of travel. And those 3 weeks are going to be the food, art, and video games. And I don't know that I'll have the chance to do a lot of uploading while I'm doing that traveling. So I may try to do some of that before I leave and set them to upload at the time I'm traveling. So I got to think about that before I head out. But part of the reason I'm bringing it up right now is because this was supposed to be writing week, which means Sunday is the start of video creation week. And video creation week and everything subsequent to that does not get bumped. Because I will be getting back at the end of the high carb diet and the start of the cardio week on the 21st. And that all lines up perfectly with my travel plans. So I don't want to mess that up. But theoretically, I can spend tonight and tomorrow coming up with what I want to do for writing and chunk some of that in with video creation and maybe even the game and product. I have been debating whether or not I want to move board game development and move it to swap it with artwork. I don't know. I also thought I maybe wanted to shift video, because if I shift it and swap it with art, that would set it up during the week that I'm at VidCon. And so I could shoot videos at VidCon. I don't know. I'll think about that and get into it tomorrow, I think. Tonight, we've had another round of internet not working necessarily well for me. So I think what did that was I did not have my laptop plugged in, and the workload of the microphone, the camera, and the live streaming through the web connection may have been too much. I mean, it was just barely on the edge of what it can do, because the thing I noticed is when it kicked me off, when it said struggling to maintain connection, was when the fan kicked on to cool off the processor. And if the fan and the microphone and the camera and the live streaming are all running at the same time off the same battery, the fan may draw more power than it's able to let happen. So that sort of crimps what I can do. I got it plugged in now, so it should be working. I will keep an eye on that in the future. I think that's one of the... I'm wondering if it did that once before, though. Yeah, well, I don't know if it's that. Like, I don't know if you can hear this. Where's my... Let's see if I pull the mic around the back here. That's the cooling fan on this laptop. And I think the workload that I was putting on it without a plug is too much draw from the battery to maintain the signal for the Wi-Fi. I think that's what was happening. Because I'm trying to remember, the last time I had that problem happen was when I was trying to point the camera from one to the other. So I had two computers set up here. I don't have them both up here right now. The last time I set it up like that, I'm trying to remember if this one was plugged in. The other one has to be plugged in pretty much to work. But I can't remember if this one was plugged in. And if that was one of the things that caused me to lose the signal. I know the first night I did the cooking show, I'm pretty sure I had it plugged in the whole time. So it may just be energy draw when I've overworked the computer. So I'll have to keep that in mind in the future. I do know that on my other browser that I've got open on the side, that I've got a lot of tabs open, so that may be interfering as well. But at any rate, so what I need to do tonight and tomorrow is figure out how and where I'm potentially going to insert the writing. I might just start writing on Sunday and move and move video out to the week that I'm going to be at VidCon, which would displace artwork. But I can move artwork for the week. I can move artwork down one for the week I get back. Or, the week that I'm commuting my way back. That's true. And then video games and health. No, I can't do that. I have to move. I might just move the artwork to the other side of health and well-being. Yeah, I can't really do that either, can I? I really built my schedule really tight, so I have to plan this out better for tomorrow night, and I'll do a summary of what I figured out by tomorrow night. So here's hoping we get a better, cleaner signal tomorrow night, so we don't have any more of this dropping signal stuff. But building my plans for VidCon, and then planning for doing some writing and some video stuff for this coming week. All right. See you tomorrow, I guess. Take care and have a good night. Yeah, I'll figure it out eventually. There's always going to be a little trick somewhere, I think. That's the nature of live streaming, I guess.